Good morning, grade 4s, and welcome to WorksheetCloud.com's online lessons. It's me, Miss Nicole Frank, or Teacher Nicole, whatever you've come to know me as so far, and a very warm welcome to any new viewers for today. Please remember that if you have any questions or concerns about this lesson or any of my other lessons, please send an email to grade4@worksheetcloud.com and we will get back to you as soon as we can after this lesson. I hope that you are excited, grade 4s, because I am so excited for this lesson. We are going to be looking at some figurative language. So let's get into it. We are looking at figurative language, idioms. And by now, grade 4s, I absolutely love figurative language and adjectives and descriptive words because I try to be a bit creative when I am busy writing. So we are going to be learning about idioms today. The lesson outline. We are going to be having a quote for today to give us some inspiration and motivation for the morning. And then we are going to be punctuating a paragraph. Don't miss sentence today too much, grade 4s. And then we are looking at literal versus figurative language. I know that we have done this before, but it's always important to have a recap when we are going into a new section of work, especially since idioms is tied very closely to figurative language. And then we're going to look at popular idioms and we will have an activity in the end. So the quote for today is, a tool can only fix things if it is working itself. Wow. What does that mean? So a tool we use to fix doors, lights, anything that breaks, okay? And the point of this quote is that you cannot fix something if you are broken. So it's important to make sure that the tool works. And I think a lot of the time when we get quotes, we don't have to think it through or like focus on it too much. So in this quote, I want you to really think about it, okay? And try to apply it to everyday life. So what I'm trying to tell you, grade 4s, is that if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't focus on yourself, it's going to be very difficult for you to fix other people's problems and other people's situations. So it's always important to look after yourself first. Punctuating a paragraph or punctuate a paragraph. I'm going to place the paragraph on the screen, give you a few seconds to read through it, try to figure out where all the mistakes are, and then we're going to work out the answers together. There was boys who did not want to listen to their teacher. The teacher tried everything to get them to listen, but nothing helped. One day the boys was playing on the field. The teacher saw them and went over and asked them, why are you so naughty? They were shocked because they thought the teacher wouldn't care. Wow, that's a long sentence. Let's read it again. There was boys who did not want to listen to their teacher. The teacher tried to get them to listen, but nothing helped. One day the boys was playing on the field. The teacher saw them and went over and asked them, why are you so naughty? They were shocked because they thought the teacher wouldn't care. Right, grade 4s, there is your paragraph. Please go ahead and punctuate it. Remember, punctuation marks, capital letters, and of course, spelling errors. That is what we're going to be looking for in this paragraph. So at this stage, you can take a page, pencil or a pen, write down the paragraph, okay? And write in where you see the mistakes in this paragraph. Also, grade 4s, you can pause this video if there is not enough time for you to do this. Remember, I'm only going to give you a few seconds to try and figure it out, so you can pause it at this stage. Remember, you can also shout out the answers because I'm sure some of you already saw the spelling errors in this paragraph. So, good luck. Okay, so I'm going to take out my pen. And you know, I like to do this. So I'm going to take out my pen. And I am going to also write in the answers. So, there was boys. There was boys who did not want to listen to their teacher. Right, so I already know that that's a sentence, okay? That is a full sentence, grade 4, and I'm trying to make a very ugly full stop. There was boys who did not want to listen to their teacher. I can see they wrong. The they that they want us to use is not this one. It is the one where we have our E or E. Okay? Not this they refers to people. Okay? This they refers to a place. And so there was boys. And that's also wrong because was refers to singular. We need to have were in there because it's plural, boys. And you know how terrible my handwriting is, grade 4. So please forgive me. So was, no, it's were boys who did not want to listen. Listen is obviously spelled wrong because we need to have our I, S, T, E, N. Listen. Okay, spelling error there. To their teacher. Again, we are using the wrong form of the word they. Remember homophones? Here is a clear indication of that kind of mistake. And the they that they are looking for is the one that we used in the beginning. Their teacher refers to people. Okay, so they were boys who did not want to listen to their teacher. First sentence sorted. The teacher tried everything to get them to listen, but nothing helped. So that's also one sentence over there, okay? So I can put my full stop in there, another ugly full stop. The teacher tried everything to get them to listen, comma, but nothing helped. Second sentence, done. Right. One day, now we know we have to start our one day with a capital letter. The boys was playing on the field. Full stop. Grade 4 is the boys was playing. Nope. The boys were playing, okay? Remember, was refers to singular, were plural. So again, my verb over there, I have a mistake. One day the boys were playing on the field. Full stop. The teacher saw them. Oh, that saw is when you go, ouch, that was saw, okay? Saw with your eyes is spelled with A-W. So that is the saw that actually should be in there. And went over and asked them. They are indicating now that the teacher is about to speak. And when we speak, we know that it must be in inverted commas. So comma, open inverted commas. I know that this now must be in a capital letter. Why are you so naughty? Question mark. So question. Okay. Close inverted commas. And then they needs to be in a capital letter. They were shocked, comma, because they thought the teacher wouldn't care. Now there must be an apostrophe in here, but it's definitely in the wrong place. So I can see that's wrong. It should be between those two letters. So I hope that you have gotten this perfectly correct, grade 4s, and let's see the answers on their own. There were boys who did not want to listen to their teacher. The teacher tried everything to get them to listen, but nothing helped. One day, the boys were playing on the field. The teacher saw them and went over and asked them, "Why are you so naughty?" They were shocked because they thought the teacher wouldn't care. I hope that you got those answers correct. Grade 4s, and now we are going on to our idioms. Literal versus figurative. Literal language means in the strict or actual sense. The birds have left their nest or the nest. So the birds live in a nest, right? So literally birds are in a nest and then they left them. Okay, they flew away. But we use leaving their nest in a figurative sense also. And I'm going to explain that to you now. Figurative language makes use of comparison and transference of ideas. This means that it is not in the strict or actual sense. The children have left the nest. So, the children have left the nest refers to children growing up and moving out of the house. It doesn't mean that the house was built in a nest or that the children were living in a nest. You see? So this is figurative. It's not actually a nest. It's an idea of leaving the nest, and they're using that in when the children leave the house. So birds leaving the nest, that's actually happening. Children leaving a nest, not actually happening. But it refers to that because the children now are grown up and about to leave the house. I hope that makes sense. Grade 4s. So idioms are figurative language. It's an example of figurative language because they are not real or in the actual sense. They are like comparisons, they are sayings, okay? They help us to kind of give things a bit more creative twist. And an idiom is a phrase or expression that typically presents figurative, non-literal meaning. That means not actual or factual attached to the phrase. But some phrases become figurative idioms while retaining the literal meaning of the phrase. So, it is important to remember, grade 4s, that sometimes things are explained and it can be a little bit more confusing once you know the definition. So I've tried to help you out here. So an idiom is a saying that expresses a thought that is not particularly the actual meaning of the words. We're expressing a thought or having a saying, but it's not the literal meaning or the actual sense of those words. We are using it to either put a play on words or we are using it to express a thought. And I'm going to give you some examples, and once we talk through that examples, I'm sure it will become a bit clearer for you as we go on. Popular idioms. A wet blanket. So a wet blanket refers to someone that is just being really doomy and gloomy all the time. Blood is thicker than water. I'm sure a lot of you have heard this one before. So blood is thicker than water refers to family being stronger than people that are not family. Bite the dust. That refers to when you are defeated, okay, or you lost in a match. Another one, bites the dust. So some of you have known that. Blow hot and cold. That means the person cannot make up their mind. Sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're sad, sometimes they like you, sometimes they don't. Okay, that means that person is blowing hot and cold. Okay. Bury the hatchet. That means that let's forgive what happened and move on. Okay. Bring down the house. That means that the noise is so loud that the house might just explode. In cold blood, to do things without caring. I know they sometimes say he killed him in cold blood. That means that he did it without any kind of care in the world. Raining cats and dogs. Another very popular one, grade 4s. When they are saying they are raining cats and dogs, I don't think that when we look up in the sky, there are dogs falling and cats falling down. No. So it's an expression trying to give us an idea of, whoa, it's raining like crazy over here. Sour grapes, meaning a person's actually not being a very cool person right now. They're not being very happy or cheerful. Save it for a rainy day refers to saving money, okay? So instead of using up all our money, we're going to save it for when things are a little bit tougher, because there are always days that are tougher than the ones we are presently in. Spill the beans is to tell a secret. And two-faced, another popular one. When we refer to someone being two-faced, that doesn't mean that they one day have one face on and the next day they have another face on. No, we're referring to somebody that's nice to you and then talks behind your back. And here are some more, and I'm going to try and go quickly through them, because in the activity we're going to have to match them to their correct meanings. So, to jump the gun means to actually act before thinking things through. Make ends meet, that doesn't mean taking two things and making it meet. Great pause. It actually means that you have to live within your means, live within your month's salary or the money that you have. In the limelight means in the public eye, which means that you now are standing and everybody's attention is on you. Turn over a new leaf. Again, it doesn't mean that we have a leaf and we're turning it over. No, it means that we are starting over, starting a new chapter in our lives. Another idiom that I just used there to explain the idiom. Behind the scenes means in private. A storm in a teacup means that making a huge deal out of something very small. At the 11th hour means to do things on the last minute. To break the ice means to start first, and I spelled that very wrong, grade 4, so let me correct that. And I'm sure some of you over there were shouting that out at me like, Miss, spelled break wrong. And then to clean the air. Another mistake, grade 4s. As you can see, teachers makes mistakes too. To clear the air means to actually talk about the problems and get them out in the open so that we can sort them out. And a fish out of water refers to someone that's a bit out of place. So, those are my idioms, and now we are going to do the activity. Match the idioms to their correct meaning. There are my idioms, and here are my meanings. I'm going to leave it on for a few seconds, grade 4s, for you to try and match them up, and then I'm going to do them with you. I'm definitely going to change a different color pen. I'm getting a bit tired of blue, so let's change it up and have some green. Okay, so good luck and go for it. If you need more time, grade 4s, please pause it at this moment, this video at this moment, and then you can have some more time. But I'm going to start giving you the answers now. So, at the 11th hour, I actually decided I want to use red instead. Forgive me, grade 4. Okay, at the 11th hour means to do things on the last minute, and it's G. So number 1, I will actually go to G. Turn over a new leaf means to start over, which is H. And here we go. To jump the gun is to start too quickly, begin too quickly, which is 3, and it matches to J. To clear the air, see, I spelled it right there. Clear the air means to remove the problems, which is F. Over there. Now maybe I can choose a different color so that we can change it up a bit. Right. To make ends meet, to live within one's income. Okay. A fish out of water, to be out of place. A fish cannot live out of water, so that's definitely out of place. Okay, fours. To beak the ice, and I did it again, man. To break the ice is to start first, which is E. In the limelight, in the public eye. Over there, and let's change the color one more time so that we have a little bit of variety here. And then behind the scenes is to do things in private, which is D. And a storm in a teacup, making a big deal of something small, which is B, right on top. Well done, grade 4s. I'm sure you all got those answers correct. And if you didn't, remember, practice makes perfect. And you can send any questions about this lesson to grade4@worksheetcloud.com. So if you have any concerns or you thought I didn't do something correctly or I made more mistakes, please send an email to grade4@worksheetcloud.com. An activity is provided for you after this lesson. Let's build ourselves up to be the best version of ourselves. Now I'm thinking back to our tool quote for today. Remember, let's build ourselves up. Let's believe in ourselves so we can be the best version of ourselves and we can help others once we are the best version of ourselves. So, from me, Mrs. Nicole Frank, I wish you a very, very wonderful day further, and I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. So, from me, goodbye.